Hi, everyone. Al Fragnoli, Zach Sooty, legal leaders. We're joined today by a returning guest, Gabe Rendon. Gabe, thanks so much for coming on with us again this week.
Thanks for having me. Happy to be chatting with you guys this morning.
Absolutely. We got a couple questions lined up for you. We know that you recently got a new job here in the sports industry, so congratulations on that. You're over at Integrity 9 Sports and Entertainment as an account director. You've been there for almost 2 months now. Tell us a little bit about the organization and your role within that company.
Yeah, thanks for the congratulations. And again, happy to be chatting with you and Zach this morning. So Integrity 9 started back at the beginning of 2018. We're a sports marketing firm based out of Kansas City. Wes Ingram's our president. He started the organization, had previously been with the Royals and with the Mets and a few other stops along his career path, all in corporate partnerships, and really saw an opportunity and a need for a few businesses that were doing things in sports that maybe needed a little bit more expertise and someone with a team perspective to really come in and provide some value for them. So started it in January 2018. It's grown now. We're 9 folks actually work across the country. Most of us are based in Kansas City, but we've got a guy in St. Louis. I'm down here in Austin, Texas. Got a couple of folks in New York, and then one down in Atlanta. So really the business has 2 sides, one sales representation for a few properties, Anheuser-Busch in St. Louis with their Grants Farm, and also with the Major League Baseball Players Association. We do sales representation for them. So those are our 2 biggest on the sales rep side. There's a couple other small ones. And then the other side is brand consulting. That's where my role is. So brand consulting side is that working with the clients who need some assistance in building out their sports strategy or need someone to really run with that. For me down here in Austin, I work with our NetSpend client who just did a large founding partnership with the Austin FC MLS team. So with that coming to fruition last month, or I guess in October, there was the opportunity to get somebody based down here and work with them on the day-to-day side. So that's my main role, is that relationship there. And now as we look forward to 2021, it's going to be looking at, their overall strategy as a business and identifying opportunities for more growth in sports. So more partnerships that we can do, opportunity for us, from a brand and marketing standpoint, but also from a B2B standpoint that we can look to grow their business.
Gabe, great to see you. Congratulations on the move to Austin. I love how behind you have your career path behind you on where you ended up recently, and you've had some great experience in the sports world so far in your early career. Talk to us about what you believe makes a good boss, and what are some common characteristics of the best leaders out there?
Yeah, I think I've been fortunate with each of my stops that I've been in to have really good bosses and people that I've been able to learn from. I think the biggest thing for me is that I've noticed from them is they know how to put people in the right position to succeed. They know their skills, their strengths, personality, what's going to make them excel and execute the best that they can. So really knowing the people that you work with and the people that work under you is a big part. I think the second thing too, and I think we were even chatting about this just a little bit ago, the freedom to make decisions and to take responsibility for whatever things that you've assigned for them to do. I think that's a big part. And again, that helps them grow as well as leaders of themselves and leaders to take more responsibility and keep growing in their career. And the third thing I think that makes a really good leader, and something that I've noticed, is they do the things that the people working under them can't do. So they see that overall strategy. They're good at making sure that everybody's on the same page, everybody's rowing in the same direction. Everything's laddered up and towards those organizational goals, so that every department they can show where those connections take place between, the marketing group and the partnership group and the ticket sales group, and how that all clicking drives to the overall organization. So those are the 3 things that, and I'm sure there's plenty more that you could point out there, but those are the three that, in my experiences that I've noticed, and I try to implement them in what I do every day.
That's awesome, Gabe. That's all fantastic information. I couldn't agree with you more. I think a name that rings a bell for me is Rochelle Madrigal, and she was both our boss with the Pittsburgh Pirates for a little while there, and I think she had a lot of those characteristics as well, and is a very strong leader. So thank you for sharing that. Another question that we have with you is, this has obviously been a very trying and very incredibly challenging year with the pandemic that's going on. There's, tons of people that have lost their jobs in the sports industry and in a variety of different industries, not just the sports industry. Sports industry, from what I've seen, has some of, in my opinion, the hardest workers that you'll ever encounter. They work long hours, they grind it out day after day after day. And they're very, very hardworking individuals. What's maybe a piece of advice that you'd give to somebody who's potentially been laid off, looking to get back on their feet in the sports industry, or maybe even a college graduate right now that's looking for that first role in the sports industry?
Yeah, it's certainly tough. And I know that, the last time we chatted was a few months ago, and we're hopeful that, in the fall and as we get into winter, we'd start to see a little bit of turning of the page, and things seem to be pretty stagnant still at this point. Now, hopefully that we've got a vaccine coming back, we'll be able to see some growth. And there has been, I've noticed a few things here just within the last couple of weeks being posted, and opportunities coming for the beginning of 2021. So I think that's a good thing, but it's tough. And personally, I was in that position for 7 or 8 months after the XFL, and there were certainly days that it was hard to motivate and stay engaged. But I think ultimately those are the biggest things. You got to stay engaged within the industry, know what's going on, be always networking. You can always talk to people and learn every day. And whether it's the professional development side or a personal development, you can always be learning. And that's true even when you are in a role. So I really tried to make sure that I was doing that every day, and doing those things to stay engaged, reading up on those trends, and connecting with folks just throughout the industry that maybe you haven't talked to for a bit. And you just got to be ready. You never know when that call is going to come, and you can apply for, hundreds of jobs. I think for me, it was somewhere around 250 or 300 jobs that I applied for across that time. And it gets tough, but you just got to keep digging at it, right? Because you never know when that next call is going to come, or when that next opportunity is going to arise. So just be ready, and keep plugging away at it. It's the best advice I can give.
Gabe, that's awesome. That's amazing stuff. We started as colleagues back in 2012, and we've developed into to great friends here. So it's so awesome to see you back on your feet. I knew it would not take long at all, because I know your work ethic and everything that you bring to the table for an organization. So congrats again.
Thanks.
Look forward to chatting with you soon, and can't thank you enough for coming on with us again this weekend. So thanks so much, Gabe, and best of luck in your new journey there out in Austin.
You got it, guys. Thanks again for having me, and look forward to doing it again. Happy to do it anytime.